Update. I was told by my wife that she wants a break. Original post. I, 28 male, and my wife, 27 female, have been together for 7 years and married for almost 2. We have a beautiful 1-year-old, and I thought everything was perfect for us. It's been a rough week, but I was informed that she wanted a break between us. It came out of left field, and I was lost on what could have happened. She expressed that she needed space to think about what she wants to do and to find herself again. Since I am the sole provider for our family, she has had all the time at home to take care of our child, while also having the freedom to relax. She said she wasn't sure who she was anymore, since her identity had changed from who she was before to being a mom. I understand that having a child is a very big moment, and that it dramatically changes our dynamic and relationship. But she expressed that I have not met her needs, and that she has no love for me nor feels happy with me anymore. I'm not her safe space, even though I have been trying so hard to provide for and give love to both my child and my wife. I work 10 to 12 plus hours a day, and whenever I am home, whether on my day off or right after work, I make sure to take care of our child, so she has time to do what she wants and to have her own space, as I understand that being a stay-at-home mom is not easy. It's also worth noting that everything we have isn't joint. We don't own a house together and we just live in an apartment. She has been talking to a new friend group in an online video game for a while now, long before she told me she wanted to take a break from me. I noticed that she had been talking to this new guy, and I was concerned since they would talk all day and all night. I expressed my concerns, and she just said that he was like a brother to her. I trust my wife, and I didn't think I needed to talk to this guy and tell him that she was married because I trusted her to shut things down if necessary. A day after she told me she wanted a break, I did my best to give her space so she could think about her feelings, but it just seemed to me that she wanted to spend all her time talking to this guy and her new friend group. I was told that her friend group and this guy knew she was married, and I didn't want to assume the worst. But a few hours later, a good friend of mine informed me that she had been oversharing her needs, both emotional and sexual, and saying that I no longer met them, but this guy could. She said that they had more compatibility, even though she had never met him in real life. I was devastated to hear this, because I thought I had done everything I could to make her happy, providing a home and food for our family. Later that night, I checked the call logs and texts between them, and to my surprise, they had been sending explicit messages, asking each other sexual questions, and comparing me to him. It even reached the point where they were getting off together while on chat or a phone call. She later found out that I knew about everything and apologized for her actions, but she still wants to talk to this guy because she's worried about his mental state after I caught them in the act. From the very beginning of this break, it feels like my feelings were never considered. I just have to focus on my child to get through this, even though I'm the one providing for the home while she openly talks and video chats with this guy. I know she's craving attention since he's the one giving it to her, but she doesn't see that me providing for our family is an expression of love. I want this marriage to work because I love her, even though she emotionally cheated and we have a child together. But it's so hard to find the will to keep trying when she's talking to this guy whenever I'm at work, and even when I come home. Is it my fault that she's seeking attention from someone she's never met? Should I have done a better job showing her the love she deserves? I regret any instance where she mentioned that I wasn't showing her love the way she wanted. I'm willing to work on myself and keep fighting for our marriage, but she has no reason nor will to make it work, because she doesn't believe I will change. If we went to marriage counseling, it wouldn't be beneficial for her since she no longer sees any love toward me, and I'm not her safe space anymore. But this new guy is? She shows no will to make this work. I understand that no one is perfect, but I feel like any suggestion or action I take is just for nothing. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. It's not going to work. Not only has she cheated on you, but she clearly doesn't want you anymore. I'd suggest gathering information and seeing if you could keep the house and the child as you're the provider. Not saying to leave her on the streets, but hopefully her new guy can take her in. You seem like an amazing father and husband, and you deserve so much better. Thankfully, they rent and don't share assets. She also doesn't seem interested in being a mom. Divorce and determining custody shouldn't be too difficult. She has been emotionally cheating. She didn't communicate. She only told you about a break after she got attention from someone else. She wants a break to be able to cheat without guilt. Call her out. Tell her she asked for a break, but she is talking to another man. That's not finding herself. That's jumping on another pin. Will she be taking your son to go find herself in the arms of another man? Will she have her answers after having sex with a stranger once? Twice? Are you going to wait for her to find her answers? What are your values? Your boundaries come from your values. Is honesty and integrity important to you? If they are, what are you going to do about your wife lying to you? If she is spending time trying to create a connection with another man, she is not focusing on her son. What are her priorities? Ask questions, and don't let her give you vague answers. Anger is a sign that someone is violating a boundary, or that a want or need is not being met. Are you able to feel your anger? Remember, boundaries teach people how to treat you. I'd avoid this. There is no point in trying to talk logic into people like this. OP's focus should be his child and his own safety. A mate of mine was in a similar situation. Engaging like this just got the police called on him because she threw out false accusations of DV and had him kicked out of his own home due to a temporary protection order. He was eventually proven innocent, but it was months and months of heartache to prove it, only to then have to go through a settlement. His wife doing this has already proven that he and their child aren't a priority, and it can get messy quickly. OP should focus on the legal battle that is to come and look at protecting himself from such possibilities. Now for the first update. I honestly didn't think this would get so many comments and views. I'm also surprised at how often this happens and how big the internet really is. Thank you for taking the time to read what I've been feeling. No, I'm not saying I'm perfect, far from it, and there are faults that I have to work on to be a better partner in the future. I understand that only providing isn't the only thing that matters when raising a child and keeping a family together. There are many instances where I wish I had done more and should have done more so she would feel special and chased like she wanted. There's only so much that people can do, and I see that she was just looking for the missing attention that I wasn't giving her. Unfortunately, she has a mindset that I'm not going to change, or that I don't have it in me to meet her needs, and no longer sees any romantic feelings toward me. At this point, like many people mentioned, there's only so much I can do, but I need to focus on my child's safety and well-being. I have to stand up and show her that if this is what she wants, then so be it. Unfortunately, that means we weren't meant to be, but that doesn't erase all the good memories we had together throughout the years. My main priority is our child and my own well-being. If I can't keep my head up and have respect for myself, then how can I be there for my child? I've also gone gray rock and now only ask for updates regarding the child whenever I'm at work. I talk to my employer about reducing my hours so I can work 8 to 9 hours a day, depending on whether I stay longer for customers, sales. I've gotten in contact with a few lawyers and will be calling them to ask questions about what to expect and to get more guidance. I'll keep you guys posted if this is still interesting to you. Thank you for your comments and for the sincere support while I go through this. Edit. For those wondering, yes, I have screenshots of messages and call logs, including timestamps and the duration of the calls. I always have access to call logs since I'm the main account holder for our phone plan. They're still calling and video chatting, so I'm just racking it up to have more references. Messages are obviously explicit and concerning. I haven't read all of them, but ever since I first checked her phone, she changed the passcode. So now I'm just relying on messages on Discord on her computer. Whenever I get a chance, I'll snoop until I feel like I have enough. Yes, her family knows the whole situation and doesn't understand why this is happening or why she's so willing to go for this dude. Now she's trying to justify her cheating by claiming that I cheated, based on a mark she supposedly gave me but doesn't remember giving? How does it make sense that I would be up doing dishes at 5 a.m. when I wake up early to take care of our child? This just shows another example of how she doesn't want to take accountability for her actions and is shifting the blame. I'm 100% open to taking a polygraph at this point just to prove her wrong and make her realize what she's doing or thinking. If you work so many hours, I don't know how can you spend more time with her if she doesn't want to work, so both parents able to have their free time for the family. I don't see how it can work. I am glad you make up your mind. She is just using him as a doormat and an easy life. I've been that doormat. Get out now. People must have been telling you should have chased her more. Sure, she deserves attention, but if she never had a conversation about it, the cheating isn't your fault. It's not your fault regardless. Just keep your head up and work on getting over her so you can move on. Second update. A lot has happened since the last update, but I have started to focus on my well-being and mental state while also making sure my child gets the love and attention she deserves. I came back home from the gym, showered, and started spending time with my child when my soon-to-be ex-wife decided to leave her computer unattended. I was already being dragged into her friend group's drama, and I noticed a few messages being sent on her phone, which is linked to her computer. They were filled with hateful messages, saying that I'm trying too hard to win her back. She mocked the fact that I went to therapy, saying he's trying so hard that it's cringe. She also admitted that she was purposefully ignoring me because she doesn't want to be involved with me, all while laughing with her friends about what I was doing. The irony is, I'm not doing all this for her. I have accepted that I need to move on, be the best dad for my child, and learn to co-parent. But for her to act civil to my face while trash-talking me to all her friends and the guy she's still in contact with, referring to me as her ex, I finally blew up. She asked, "What does everyone think is going to happen?" That right there told me she was only going to therapy and counseling just to check it off a list. There was never any real intention to save the marriage. I told her that if she wants to leave so badly and be with this guy, she should go ahead and leave. She chose to step out of this marriage and family. She has until the end of February to move out, and the baby is staying here. She asked if she could visit and see her child, and I said, "Yes, you're her mother. Just let me know when you want to see her. I'm not preventing you from seeing your child. I want her to know that at the end of the day, you're her mother, and I'm her father." She agreed and said she'd be out of my hair as soon as she could. Keep in mind, all of this was happening while she was on the phone with her new babe. So yeah, that's the update. I'm not trying to be a doormat, but enough is enough. I'm still in contact with lawyers, but it seems like she's just willing to let everything go to the point where I might not even need one. However, I will still do my due diligence to protect myself and my child. Has she said to you what you did to make her fall out of love with you, and now she's at the point of mocking you? Not providing her enough love or feel chaste to her needs. Which again, I take full responsibility that I have not done the best on that, and I was more than willing to work on it and go to therapy to be a better husband to her. Hence why I've been going to therapy to make this marriage work. But since first update, her main focus was just moving on and being with this new dude and just rub it in my face. Unfortunately, I just had enough of the disrespect when I'm trying to keep this family together. Get a lawyer. Let her leave the house and do not contact her whatsoever after she leaves. Don't call her to come see her kid. Don't call her for anything. Tell her that all contact is to go through text or email and nothing else. It's gonna help when it comes to gaining full custody in the divorce. Get on that divorce quickly. Don't waste any more time that you absolutely have to. Again, this will help you greatly. It will allow you to take advantage of her current mood. Believe me, I was there. Don't mess around. Handle business quickly and without consideration for her. Agree completely, and if you can, get her to text you something, saying you'll have full custody as long as she can visit. That will be helpful to you. Even a text is better than he said she said in court. I'm sorry for your daughter. Last update. She's leaving next week and is still completely invested in this other guy. She even had the audacity to ask if she could get birth control through my insurance, and I declined because the main reason she wants it is so she can do whatever she wants with him. He's trying to get his own place so she can move in with him, and she's driving all the way there. It's still a wild situation, but at least we are in agreement when it comes to our child. The divorce papers have been written and filed, along with the custody agreement we agreed upon. Everyone in the family is disappointed and frustrated with the situation, but there's only so much we can do. She's not willing to listen to anyone else besides her new guy and her friend group. Either way, I hope she finds happiness with him, but if it goes south, she's not coming back. Last story. My fiancé ruined our engagement because she wants an open relationship. My fiancé, 24 female, just told me, 23 male, that she wants to explore herself with other people. We started dating in 2017 and had been going strong since. My fiancé, well, I guess now ex-fiancé, and I have been through hell together. Every time she freaked out, I was there. Every time she needed a shoulder to cry on, I was there. A couple of years back, she and I checked out a LARP and met a group of people who were all polyamorous. She and I had many in-depth discussions about how I was uncomfortable with the subject because I felt that it breeds jealousy and preys on the weak who just want more people around for security. She agreed at the time and assured me it was just me and her forever, so I built my life around her. Whenever I met someone new, I talked about my lovely fiancé, who was just finishing her social work master's degree. Or every time I faced someone at a tournament, I would show them a picture of my cats and her. Well, Monday comes, and I grab a flower and head home to see her. I plan to watch her favorite movie and cuddle with her all day when she suddenly says, "We need to talk." I sit down and she says, "I have been thinking about this for the past month and a half, and I am going to see other people." I realized that while talking about how we are going to get married, my whole heart wasn't in it. And after exploring those feelings, I've realized I want more. This broke me, as this was the one thing that was a deal breaker for me. I immediately pleaded, "Anything, please, just for us to figure something out." But she just said, "I need to explore myself." She also told me she never cheated, never thought of anyone else, and doesn't have anyone planned to see. I don't know what to do because she was my everything. Everything I talked about. Every move I made was for us. I don't know why I'm posting here. Maybe just to see if there is something I'm missing or if there is something else I can do. Now for the top advice. Probably not what you want to hear right now, but be thankful it's now, instead of 3 to 4 years and 1 to 2 kids later deciding she wants out. Definitely this. You probably don't feel it, but you are very young at just 23. Go to therapy and talk this out of your system so you don't take baggage into your next relationship. Start dating when you're ready and take it slowly. Maintain interests and friendships outside of the relationship. You'll be fine. You've dodged a bullet. You'll see this when you're older and more experienced. To me, that didn't sound like I want an open marriage. It sounded like I need space and want to date around, so sounds like she wants to break up. She did indeed mean it that way. She says she wants to do this and knows I'm uncomfortable with it. I know my boundaries though, and we are now through. The heck is there to explore? It's literally just sex. The time to have been a trollop was before establishing a long-term relationship. Sorry this happened to you, bro. Better to find out before marriage or kids though. Well, the thing is, she was scared of sex. She was extremely terrified of getting pregnant on accident, so we had to have 3 forms of protection. We ended up finally doing something a month ago, but apparently that was while she was thinking about being poly as well.